Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV, and this is another episode of what I like to call the Redmond Roundup. But let me just tell you now, boys, first off, we've got a Liverpool cup for once. I have all these bullshit cups that I use for the Redmond Roundup, but now we've actually got like an actual Liverpool mug. I've got this sign, thought it had a sign, why not? Everything's better with a sign, I think we can all agree on that. Not only is everything better with a sign, let me tell you what else is better with a sign. A 2-1 win over Sheffield United, and I know I've already done a preview on that, and I know, but even Everton lost, and listen, call me bitter, and I'm in no position to laugh at any team, therefore I'm not going to laugh at anyone, but I am allowed to be happy to see that Everton have just lost, which therefore makes us join top of the league. I mean, Everton still have it on goal difference, but meh. And also, I've got some transfer news for you. I'm going to answer a few comments in this episode, as always, but before we do any of that, make sure you've got your cup of tea. I've got a fucking Liverpool cup for once. Make sure you've got your cup of tea. And not only that, shout out to my man, to this legend, and also this legend, and also thank you to this person. And you know what, boys? Every ounce of support has been amazing. I had a day off YouTube yesterday, and yous were all absolutely sound with that. No one went down my throat. You were like, do you know what, James? You deserved it, my mate. You've been consistent. You've been Mr. Consistent, like James Milner. Therefore, we'll let you off with this one. But don't worry, I have got plenty of news to get at you with. Transfer news. I know the transfer news is over, but as you know, we are very close to what is called the January transfer window. I mean, it's a short season, people, so we've got a lot to cram in, and let's just say there's actually more advanced talks today, and the first piece of news that I want to get into is news to do with 20-year-old centre-back from the Bundesliga who plays for Schalke. His name is Ozan Kabak. Now, would I be lying if I said that I had watched loads of this kid and thought he was absolutely fucking boss? Yes, I would absolutely 100% be lying to your faces. But the thing is, though, I've got a report, and this is what the report says based on the transfer link. Liverpool have reportedly opened talks with Schalke about a £20 million deal for Ozan Kabak. According to the Mirror, the Reds told the Bundesliga club that they want to take the 20-year-old Turkish centre-back to Anfield in January. The report claims that the move is due to the Reds losing Virgil van Dijk for the season with a torn cruciate ligament injury. We're getting there. And Kabak has been at Schalke for just over a year, arriving from Stuttgart for £13 million when they triggered a clause in his contract, and his side, according to the report, valued him at £40 million before COVID-19 kicked off. So this is a 20-year-old centre-back who was, as it says on the report, rated at £40 million before the pandemic hit. Therefore, obviously, all the players' prices have dropped, which means that's a good amount of money for someone, and you know, to be valued at a decent amount of money at that age of 20. Bear in mind, I'm 19. He's worth 40 million more than what I am. So what I'm trying to offer to you is he must have been decent, he must have been sound, and he must be solid. And listen, mate, I have always said the only thing I want, either in I do most want it in January. Let me know if you agree in the comments down below. But all I want is someone better than Dejan Lovren. I've said this since Lovren left. I've said this literally this whole time through the whole transfer window, and I'll say it till January. I just want a fourth choice who's better than Lovren. So if Virgil van Dijk, for when he does come back, this person can maybe just compete with Gomez and Matip, and then that's it. But no one's getting above Van Dijk. We've established that. Now, this strong reports, there's even other reports suggesting that we're linked within this report, saying that we're going to go in for a bid for him. And you know what, mate, at 20 years of age, why not? Honestly, mate, I feel like Jurgen Klopp could turn me into a world-class footballer, but unless I was a goalkeeper. But no, you know what I mean? I feel like this would be a good addition to the squad. You know, he's also got experience in what is already a very difficult league in the Bundesliga, first team experience. So I'm all for it. Like I said, I haven't watched loads of him, but I can only go off the basics, what I see. A 20-year-old centre-back who starts week in, week out in the Bundesliga. He was valued at 40 million, but because a crash in the market, now he's 20 million. Shall we make some moves? Because I certainly would. That sounds like a good deal to me. But let me know in the comments down below. Do you want to see someone a little bit more experienced, for example, Upamecano, which is someone that a lot of Liverpool fans mention. Anyway, into the next piece of news, my mates. It is Liverpool to sign Adama Traore. Now, I'll read the report before I give my thoughts on it. Liverpool are interested in signing Wolves star Adama Traore, but face competition from Manchester City and Manchester United. According to, right, let me get this one right, Calcio Mercato, All three clubs are eager to secure the deal for the Spain international. Traore last season scored 4 goals and provided 9 assists in the Premier League and was linked with the Reds over the summer. Now, Traore seems to be a name that always kind of pops in and out of Liverpool's transfer radar. If you ask me, would I take Adama Traore? With the circumstances now, maybe before Jota I would have, but now I don't think I would. I feel like Jota's finding his feet a little bit at Liverpool, and I'm not saying he's a better individual than Adama Traore before any Wolves fans comes at me, but I actually really do like the way Jota's looking. So if you ask me now, I'm happy with our winger options. Let's be honest, Traore, and I think Wolves fans would even be okay with me saying this, he's not better than Mane or a Salah. So if you're going to talk about it as a whole in context, then he'd be coming in to be the backup for either one of them or both of them. Now that seems to be Jota. Bear in mind we've still got Shaqiri. Bear in mind we've also got a little cheeky Minamino who we got just last January. So I don't see this move materialising. I don't know how much we'd have to pay for him in this market, but I'm guessing it's going to be quite a chunk of money. And I just don't think it's necessary. When you talk about signings that are necessary, I can think of 2 already from the top of my head that are more important. A 4th choice centre-back and a backup goalkeeper. They're the 2 things that I mostly care about when it comes to the January transfer window. But that's some of the transfer news. We'll touch more on it in a little bit. But boys, I just wanted to add something a little bit new to the... I talk a lot with my hands, by the way. I've realised this as I talk on camera. Hopefully you're alright with that. But no, I want to talk about something different that isn't transfer news, but actually an ex-Liverpool player who used to play for Liverpool. Adam Lallana, not too long ago, obviously just left to join Brighton, which is absolutely great for him because that allows him to get more first team football. But he came out recently just basically talking about his feelings towards the dead ends of his Liverpool career, and I thought it was quite interesting to hear in this quote that I've got written down here, and I thought I'd share it with you. So he basically said, I went in and asked the question because I wanted to know what my future looked like. So basically, obviously Lallana weren't getting much game time. Then he's basically saying to himself, why aren't I playing? Before I was injured, I was playing because if you remember, he had that great season a couple of years ago. So to him, he probably feels like he deserves first team football. So now reading the rest of the quote, so what he's saying there is that he's gone into Jurgen Klopp asking, why am I not playing, mate? So then he goes on to say, I had half an idea what the answer would be, but felt it would be better to know and to have a frank conversation. We had that much respect for each other. It is a weird feeling when you get told that you were kind of not wanted anymore. This is an initial feeling of rejection, and that's the most normal walk of life. And you know what, mate? He basically just goes on without reading the whole quote because I don't want to be Adam Lallana, but the Scouse version. Basically, what he goes on to say is, do you know what? The way Jurgen Klopp handled the situation going further was just the best possible way. He didn't have any strings attached. He literally told me as a friend. Bear in mind, Adam Lallana and Jurgen Klopp, from my knowledge, tell me if I'm wrong, but I swear they were neighbours, or are neighbours, or at least was neighbours at Liverpool. But I'm swear at some point they've been neighbours. I know they're very, very close. So to be classed as basically friends, and for Jurgen Klopp to just be straight up with him, that's exactly what I want to see from my manager. And I'm glad that Adam Lallana doesn't have a sour taste in his mouth about Liverpool, because I really did like Adam Lallana. I know it took a bit of time for him to settle in, but I think we realised, at least we got to have a glimpse of the player, of what we signed in Adam Lallana. Like a good season, the best version of Adam Lallana. What season was it again? 17, 18? Maybe I'm wrong, or 16, 17. Let me know, what was the season where Adam Lallana was like our player of the year? He was fucking boss, mate. But no, he has a lot of respect for me. I'm sure people watching this video, Liverpool fans, Brighton fans, can even vouch for it. Lallana is a very, very good man. Not sure if Southampton fans would agree, but the score, my mate. Anyway, touching on a little bit more transfer news, and then a loan update on a certain player. Napoli director Cristiano Giontoli, right, I've just absolutely butchered that to fuck, but we'll move. Dismisses Koulibaly links with Liverpool. So, listen, we've been linked with many centre-backs, few and far between, young centre-backs, old centre-backs, experience, some of the best centre-backs in the world, some of the worst. Koulibaly is one of them people, and now the director of Napoli is coming out and saying, meh, mate, nope, we have got him until the end of his contract, therefore we're going to fulfil that, and he's not going nowhere. And Koulibaly loves Napoli, mate, so he's not going to force a move, he's not going to want to push a move out that club. They've got Champions League football, or is it Europa League this season? I'm actually not sure. Either way, they've got some sort of football. He's been playing there for a long time, and let's be real, we will probably most likely have to break the bank if we were to get such a centre-back. And I'm not even going to say, would you take him in the comments down below? Because I would take him if I could choose, but it's just I don't think we will get him. Does that make sense? But yeah, let me know if you think the move will happen at any point. If you had to ask me, I'm going to be honest with you, people, I really don't see it happening for all the reasons that I've just said. But I'm interested to see what you've all got to say. And then the last bit of news before we get into your questions that you asked in the latest video. Harvey Elliott, my fucking brother. Listen, I don't know if he watches this YouTube channel, but I know that me and him are very close, and I love to see him doing well. I love to see him smashing it. And you know what, mate? Since his move to the Championship, he's been killing it, man. And, you know, I say we're very close. We're not like proper best mates. You know, he's doing his own thing. You know, he's kind of got like a football career to focus on. But what I'm trying to say is I speak to him sometimes, and I know that kid works hard. And I know that the effort that kid goes in to be the best he possibly can, game in, game out. And, you know, to be that young and to be that disciplined and to be that good, let's not forget how fucking good he is at football. Yeah, it's boss, mate. Gets his first goal for Blackburn, gets his first goal in professional football, I believe, because I know he scored for Liverpool, but was he? Or, well, actually, he might have scored for Fulham. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, it's his first professional goal in over a year from my perspective, because the last one was in a pre-season friendly for us. So absolutely fantastic for him there. Blackburn have got one hell of a player on loan for the whole season. And you know what? This could be great for when he comes back to Liverpool. He could be pushing Minamino and Shaqiri out the squad and stuff like that. Who knows? Anyway, last thing before I get into the questions. Premier League is set to sack off pay-per-view. Now, this isn't like massively confirmed by numerous sources, but I think the Premier League have saw the backlash of what the pay-per-view is now bringing to the league and to the fans and stuff like that. And they're realising just that it's a big pile of fucking bullshit, because that's what it is. And it's been like that from minute one, mate. You should not be charging people an extra £15 for just one game of football, when that one game of football could be literally anything. It's like, what was working before, why isn't that working? And it's just the timing of it weren't right for me. That was the number one, the timing of it, of people are going through shit, man, and you're there charging them an extra 15 quid for... And bear in mind, they know people love the sport of football, so they know that people are going to pay for it. But I think not as many people have been buying these pay-per-views. Oh, I wonder who that is. And yeah, the thinking about making a U-turn, it's not confirmed. Like I said, it's only few reports saying it, but hopefully that would be the case, because that would actually be a good thing that they realised that they massively fucked up. Anyway, we've got two questions before we end the video, and I think one of them is relevant to the Sheffield United game, mate, because as we know, even though Liverpool got the 3 points, you could say we were still fucked over in many sense. So from Dylan Hughes, how was Maguire's headlock not a pen, but Fabinho's fair tackle outside the box was? And I stated this in my earlier video, whether you think Fabinho's foul was a penalty or not. Let's just talk about the inconsistency of what VAR is bringing and the cunts that are in the background making those decisions. I'm not being funny, mate. Someone commented earlier saying, like, do you know what it is, James? You're complaining and you're moaning, but when it works for you, you don't moan, but you know it's here to stay, so why are you moaning? And I was basically in response to that, like, no, and he said that VAR can't change, so just get used to it. No, that's where you're wrong. VAR can change. You can change the person who's sitting in the seat to watch a fucking goal or a foul or an offside. It's not fucking obvious. It's not fucking hard to see an obvious decision in a football match, and I just don't understand how something so controversial like the Fabinho challenge, again, it's up to you to make your own mind. I don't think it was a penalty. I barely think it was a foul, but the fact that someone might say it's a foul is fair enough. But what I have a problem with is that a few hours earlier, you literally have Harry Maguire bear hugging someone. And listen, I'm not saying this because I don't like Man United, I don't like Chelsea either, mate, so I'm not trying to choose any favourites. But why is Harry Maguire not getting fucking fouls? Why is Jordan Pickford last week or the week before not getting red carded? And it's not just an agenda that I have with VAR because it's going against Liverpool. It's an agenda against VAR because it's going to ruin football as a whole if we don't get the right people to watch them fucking decisions. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that it can be improved. Do you know how naive you are to say that VAR can't improve? You are so naive if you can't think that. Look the way it works in NFL, and it's working perfectly, and it has done for years. We can do the same thing, but we're naive to not watching to how they do it because we want to do it our own way. But it's bollocks because our own way shit. You're seeing the way it is now. It's fucking bollocks. It's going 6 feet under. And I'm sick of these decisions just going against teams. This really started for me. Do you know when football first came back and it was Aston Villa versus Sheffield United, and Sheffield United absolutely 100% should have won that game, but the goal was disallowed. From then I had a problem with VAR. It weren't Pickford and all that. I've had a problem with VAR for ages, mate, and it needs fucking fixing. It is here to stay. You were right about that. But to say it can't be changed or improved is very naive in my opinion. But let me know in the comments down below. And then from Optimal, do you think Liverpool should get Coutinho or Suarez back? I knew that I was going to go on a rant for that question before, so I wanted to end the video with a sort of nicer question. And for the other Reds watching this, here's a question for you. Would you take Suarez or Coutinho back? Great question from Optimal in my opinion. If you ask me, I feel like in the midfield we're a bit strong now. You know, like hypothetically, forget about Van Dijk being injured and stuff like that. Is Coutinho still absolutely classy? Yes. Is he world class? Yes. But is it enough to bring him back into a Liverpool team where we've got a Hendo, you know, a Thiago, a Fabinho? Like, bearing in mind, like, we're forgetting about Virgil van Dijk's injured. It's just a bit like, would you want to bring him back? Now, as for Luis Suarez, that's a bit of a different story because I feel like he could still do bits in this Liverpool team, especially in this Liverpool team. But if you ask me, do you think Liverpool should get Coutinho or Suarez back? I'm going to say no. I think we should aim for someone younger than a Luis Suarez, someone fresh. I feel like that boat has sailed now. I feel like I wanted that to happen about 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago. But now with him being, 33, 34, playing at Atletico Madrid, we wouldn't be able to sign him till at least the summer anyway. So I don't see that happening. As for Coutinho, I probably prefer that because I feel like Coutinho has got a longer amount of time to offer much more than Suarez. But I don't think we need any of them. You ask me, Optimal, do I think we should get them? I'm going to respond to that question no, because I feel like we've already got players better than them. But that does not mean I am not, interested in what you have to say and your thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments down below. But boys, that is going to conclude this Redmond roundup. If you did enjoy it, be sure you leave a like and you subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it and you just think that I'm just some fathead that's scouse, you're right, and you said that I was annoying, then you're also right. But thank you for giving me the chance. It means the absolute world to me. Now an update on the channel, because why not? We're at the end of the video, so for the OGs who stay till the end, this is for you. So I done my first live stream the other night. 10 o'clock with Redmond is back. Go and check out that live stream if you haven't already for the 10 o'clock with Redmond's OGs when it wasn't live. Go and check that out. But I'm going to start doing lives more often, maybe like once a week. Also, I got me game capture today, so that means FIFA videos could be coming soon, maybe even in the next couple of weeks. I don't know, but also, boys, again, for the day off, nice one for being so cool with it. I have been consistent recently. I've been posting daily, but I gave myself the one day off. But I'm back today, back fresher than ever, and back happier than ever because we are approaching 14,000 subscribers, and that none of that is possible without all 14,000, or near enough 14,000 of you. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting me. Love every single one of you. Be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you all later. Ta-da.